Hey guys, so while most players are playing Forbidden Rite with totems, I wanted to try self-cast. Self-cast has, I guess, its own advantages of feeling a bit smoother and more responsive, but obviously the damage is not gonna be as high as totems. But the cool thing is that you can proc multiple Forbidden Rites either with cast and damage taken or Kitava's Fist, and that's what I did. I wanted to click Forbidden Rite self-cast, and I wanted to proc cast and damage taken and Forbidden Rite from Kitava's Fist helmet, which requires you to spend 100 mana in a single skill use, which actually could also be procced with cast and damage taken. If your cast and damage taken skill costs 100 mana, now it will proc Kitava's Fist, because previously triggered skills did not have mana cost, but now we do have mana cost, and it does seem to trigger Kitava's Fist, and I did verify that multiple times. Unfortunately, in the end, I was unable to sustain my life and mana because I'm spending a lot of mana with all the cast and damage taken setups that I have, and the Kitava's Fist, and the main skill, and also a lot of life sustain is needed. I was not able to sustain 3 of the Forbidden Rites, so this is only using self-cast Forbidden Rite and then proccing Kitava's Fist Forbidden Rite. So the build in the end, well, this isn't a very fine-tuned build. I got bored of it, and to be honest, I'm not enjoying playing in high rate tier maps anymore, because if you do not play with dodge or block and you start getting hit, it just feels bad. You're taking so much damage. And I do have quite a lot of defensive layers. I try to figure out a smart ways of adding defensive layers, and some of these are not very good, but all the things add up. So this is a Divine Flesh. Obviously you need Divine Flesh because Forbidden Rite does heals damage to you and it does hit you, so you can actually proc other things that work with hits, like Enduring Composure could also be procced, and other shenanigans. So Divine Flesh, 83 heals res, 40% mind over matter, 4 endurance charges all the time, which do not get consumed when Immortal Call triggers. So Immortal Call only lasts for around tiny bit less than 2 seconds on a 3-second cooldown. And I did want to use Immortal Call to proc Dynamo more frequently, basically. Then I got Blind on hit on the Glacial Cascade, and Glacial Cascade inherently has chance to knock enemies back on hit. And it does actually help quite a bit. Enemies that move fast and try to reach you that are melee keep getting pushed back, and it gives you more time to, well, defeat them. Then I got Spell Leech as life. I got life gain on hit quite a bit from Vitalis Watcher's Eye and one of the rings, and that one of the rings also has 40% reduced effect of course on me. The belt also has 28% reduced extra damage from critical strikes on me, and as Hierophant I am getting Illuminated Devotion, which grants non-damaging ailments have 50% reduced effect on me while you have Arcane Surge, and I do have Arcane Surge pretty much all the time. I actually even added a higher level Arcane Surge to one of my cast and damage taken setups to boost the damage a bit more. Now, to increase the mana cost, obviously I am using Voidbringer. My main skill costs 109 mana, so I could actually get plus 40 to total mana cost of skills, and it should be enough. Now, you don't want to go overboard with this, because remember, all the other skills will also have increased mana cost. So like Flame Dash costs 63 mana, Immortal Call costs 70 mana, I also got Vita Totem, cast and damage taken with Glacial Cascade linked to Arcane Surge higher level and Blind, and that one costs 81 mana. I also got another cast and damage taken, Assassin's Mark, and Spirit Offering. Assassin's Mark is 90 mana cost, Spirit Offering is 97 mana cost. And I am using Spirit Offering just to destroy corpses. It helps quite a lot. You can actually also use Detonate Dead, and it looks even cooler, I guess. Detonate Dead can be linked to Spell Cascade to just blow up more corpses. I just, every time I see Detonate Dead, I want to play Detonate Dead, and I don't want to use Detonate Dead because I don't want to play Detonate Dead just yet. So everything costs mana. You cast the skill, it costs mana. You proc cast when damage taken, it costs multiple manas. Then you proc Kitava's Fest, it costs mana. And both Forbidden Rites do damage to you. So you need to find a way to sustain your life and mana. And Mind Over Matter makes it much easier because you distribute the damage that you take between life and mana, and you can get a lot of mana sustain and quite a bit of life sustain. I am not using Agnostic, it would not be enough to sustain it. I did mention I have Vitalis Watcher's Eye with life on hit, and because I am shooting so many projectiles, Each of them can basically sustain me, but if I'm taking damage as well, I need extra defenses. I had a couple other ideas how to build around the self-cast Forbidden Rite, but I should also, before that, mention that 117% of you watching this video are not subscribed, and the remaining 4% like pineapple on pizza, so to fix that statistic, you should subscribe. Uh, so one of the ideas that I had was using Ivory Tower. With Ivory Tower, since you are taking Chaos damage from Forbidden Rite, all the damage that you take from Forbidden Rite would go into mana. So you would have to get a lot of mana sustain. The issue is that with the Divine Flesh, all damage taken bypasses energy shield, so your energy shield becomes a bit wasted, right? So you probably wouldn't want to take Divine Flesh and you would be stuck at 75, maybe 78 Chaos resistance. You can get maximum Chaos res on a shield. Well, Ivory Tower is one of the ideas that I feel like it could have a potential, but I'm not sure if it would be possible to sustain such mana cost. If you have done a build with Ivory Tower and this, maybe you would know better and you could tell us in the comments below. I'm not gonna talk about other of my items. Main things are Voidbringer, Kitava's Fest, and then the rest of the items are kind of whatever you can get. Atziri's Foible is massive and helps a lot. Divine Flesh from Glorious Vanity, Xibaqua, and then Watcher's Eye for life gain on hit. And then obviously Cluster Jewels are kind of a must. Now the supports and links are also not gonna mention everything, but Forbidden Rite is linked to increased critical strikes, increased critical damage, greater volley. Greater volley has better multiplier than greater multiple projectiles. And then void manipulation and faster casting to be able to proc the helmet more frequently. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna show you a clip how it looks with two belt timbers, because two belt timber swords give +4 to maximum projectiles if you have used the movement skill recently, and then shoot 9 projectiles per Forbidden Rite, and that was with the triple Forbidden Rite, with cast and damage taken Forbidden Rite, and Kitava's Fest for Forbidden Rite, and then self-cast Forbidden Rite. If you have too many projectiles, they split into too many targets. When you want to focus a single target and there are more enemies, the projectiles just fly everywhere. You can't really focus on a single target, and sometimes the damage feels bad. But other times, when it rolls critical strike and it procs Kitava's Fest, you can do pretty decent damage, but it's not a very high endgame build. Like if you look at PUB, the self-cast Forbidden Rite with all the projectiles hitting, and I believe those are like 5 projectiles, would have around 1 million DPS. That is with the Vitters and against Cirrus. While the Kitava's procs would have, this DPS for Kitava's procs are not correct because it's based on the cast rate rather than on the proc rate. You can see 47.8k average hit damage on Kitava's procs, which isn't very high, and then 68k average hit on the self-cast, which also isn't very high. While totems can push over 200,000 per average hit very easily, and we got a lot more totems and projectiles. I'm gonna include path for building import code. This isn't finished build, this is level 87, but I will include like more finished version, and you can optimize this more if you like this idea and invest more. I don't remember how much I invested. I don't think that it is very expensive. A 6-link body armor, Watcher's Eye can be like 4 exalts depending on, or 2 exalts if you're not getting the clarity plus vitality. Jewels can be a bit expensive, so because it is meta right now. That's pretty much it for this experiment build. I refunded my previous Death Oath build into Poison, Herald of Thunder, Occultist. That actually has some potential and it looks very interesting, so I'm most likely gonna do a video about that tomorrow or the day after, depending on how much time I got. So for now, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.